Hi friends. Today has been our busiest day in 19 days. We left our house this morning at 10 and finished up and got home about 3:30. Nico and Sam went into Gig Harbor to see our doctor, and I went with them and waited in the car. Sam's heart and lungs sounded great, so that's really good news. There doesn't seem to be any residual problems hanging on from the COVID. Nico, 2 weeks ago when he was in the emergency room, they put an IV in his arm, and that spot has still been really painful and uncomfortable for him, and black and blue. And when I looked at it last night, there was a line going up his arm for a couple inches, and that was concerning to me, so I strongly encouraged him to see our Dr. Steve today. So he did, and Steve said it was some phlebitis, so that was surprising. And Steve was very concerned. Nico's blood pressure was very, very low, and Steve was ready to send him to the emergency room to get IV fluids. But Nico asked him to give him 24 hours to try to work on his fluids himself. He's been drinking a lot of Gatorade this week, trying to deal with dehydration. Today he moved on to Pedialyte and another brand that Sam suggested, and his blood pressure is increasing, so that's good, and we're hoping that he won't have to go to the hospital tomorrow morning. Steve's going to call first thing and talk with him and make sure that he's out of the woods. So our prayer today is that Nico's body will hydrate, that his exhaustion will dissipate, and that the fluids will just really nurture him and assist in his healing. I'm doing well. I've only taken one nap so far today, so that's good. The last few days I've slept as much of the day as I've been awake, and then slept all night as well. So really only awake about 5-6 hours a day, and the rest of the time I've been sleeping. So today I'm feeling a little more vitality, and that's exciting. So there you have it. Oh, the other thing is that Steve told me that I'm no longer infectious. That I've been over 72 hours without a fever and 15 days since the onset of symptoms. CDC guidelines are 72 hours without a fever and 10 days past onset of symptoms. So I'm cleared to be out in the world as need be, and as is Nico. The harder news to hear is that Steve told Sam it would be 6 weeks before Sam felt normal, like his normal self. He said something like, for every day you're down, it takes 2 or 3 days of recovery. So Sam was better a lot quicker than Nico and I, so that might mean that it's going to take us about a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks to really get our strength and vitality back to its highest form. So, but I'm kind of convinced that with all of your thoughts and prayers and energy healings and love, that we can beat that, and in less than 6 weeks we can be back to top form. So that's what I'm working towards. I'm hoping that soon I can go back to seeing a couple clients a week, and get back to living our quarantine lifestyle that everybody is living, of sheltering in place, but being able to go to the store and having the energy to do gardening and projects around the house. So we're on our way. We're almost there. Much love to you. Thank you so much for supporting us. Have a great weekend.